is HF 101 episode 2, and this is I got a lot of feedback on the first one, and a lot of people were feeling that it was way too long and nobody wanted to watch that for, I think it was like 12 minutes or something. So I'm going to keep this short and sweet. So basically what I want to talk to you about today is spawners, or grinders. And obviously in HCF, they're more or less the most important block. You can't go PvPing if you don't have spawners, because you can't fix your set. You can't go to end because you don't have a looting if you don't have a spawner, because you can't enchant. They're more or less the most important block in Minecraft. In HCF, I mean. Anyway. And something that I see a lot of people doing is just placing them wrong. I'll tell you a little bit about myself. I've come from playing regular factions for like 2 years before I started playing HCF. And on regular faction, I was more or less known as one of the best people for doing like this technical stuff on the server I played. Like, if whatever faction I was in on regular factions, I'd be the one sorting out this stuff because I knew what I was talking about. So basically, obviously I'm on a single player world, so I can't actually get the spawner block. So we're gonna call this wall your skeleton spawner, for example. And basically, actually let's rise this up. And basically, spawners will spawn in a 3x3 radius around the spawner block. Not a lot of people know this, some do, and the people that do it right. But anyway, so this is the area which you're gonna need as a minimum around your spawner, and then obviously the wall will be here, like I've got over there. But anyway, so yeah, so you want at least a 7x7 grinder room. So this be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's the area that you need as a minimum around your spawner as your grinder room. Anyway, however, you don't actually need that on top, because a spawner will only spawn one block above the spawner. However, as skeletons are 2 blocks high, you need at least 2 blocks above, because otherwise you're just going to decrease your spawn rates further and furthermore. So you want to have it. So this is basically the ideal spawn. I'll go over here. So this is the ideal grinder. If it doesn't look like this, you're doing something wrong. If you're doing something like this, you're doing it wrong, because so each block that you take up within the 3x3 radius around the spawner, you're decreasing your spawn rates. Even if you're placing another spawner there, you're decreasing the spawn rates. So it's a lot better to literally just have one spawner like this than spawners like this, effectively, because you're not gonna be increasing your spawn rates whatsoever. If you're going to want to have multiple spawners, you want to at least first of all do this. You can have like 3 or 4, but you're gonna need to raise the roof to do that. I recommend never having more than 2 spawners in one grinder, because then you can just have more grinders and more people grinding XP at once to repair faster, etc, etc. So this is what all of my spawners, my grinder rooms, look like on HCF, which is 2 spawners like this, with a head height here, so obviously they can flow down, a 7x7 room, and obviously like the head height, and so this is the max spawn rate you can get. Because you're placing it below, you're not actually decreasing the spawn rate, as obviously it won't spawn directly above the spawner anyway, it'll spawn at like a slight angle, so the spawn rate around this bottom one will still be this entire area basically. So that's all I want to talk about today, and I hope this has truly helped a lot of people. If you're wondering why your spawner's not spawning any mobs and it takes like 10 years to repair, that's why. Make sure your spawner looks like this. I see, and it literally makes me want to kill myself when I see people like DJ Tasty having like 7 spawners in each grinder, with like a spawner there, a spawner fucking there. Like, it's just, don't do it. You can have more grinders and you're not even helping the original grinder anyway. So that's what I wanted to talk to you about today, guys. Peace.